For the longest time in my trading journey, I was looking for that one strategy that could make me money and make me a good trader long term. I realized over the years how it's a bad idea to only rely on one setup and only one thing to trade. And since then, I've diversified quite a bit. And today I want to expand more on that, share with you why it's good to diversify, have multiple ways to make money in trading, multiple income streams that are directly from trading. And I'll give you a glimpse into what I do these days and how I manage my overall trading. So we'll dive right in. I currently am staying in Rome. It's a beautiful hotel here, and I did give a room tour on Instagram. So if you want to see how I'm doing in my travels, go follow me on Instagram. The link's going to be below. You can connect with me there. I'll be happy to give you a behind the scenes. I've been traveling in Europe for 2 months now and staying in Italy for roughly a month, which is kind of cool. But yeah, go follow me there and we'll connect. You can also send me a message. We can chat and exchange about your trading. So back in the early days of my trading journey, I was always looking for that one strategy that I could follow that will make me a good trader, make me money long-term and make me consistent. And I really went away from this because I realized that having one strategy is a very hard thing to maintain long-term, especially if you swing trade or you plan to trade on longer time frames. Having only one thing to trade is gonna make it a lot harder to stay consistent with it. I kind of learned this the hard way too. Now, this is way back when I started to trade full-time. I went on this trip to Shanghai in China. I traveled for roughly a month back in 2017. And as soon as I went to travel, the market started to change and the context was a lot different. So things started to not work out as well as they did before. A strategy that I was following didn't work for probably a month and a half. And it was really hard for me because I was, first of all, relying on trading for income. I needed to make money to be able to pay my bills and pay for my travels. And I realized that, well, if you're gonna have to wait a month and a half for things to start to work again, even if you lose no money at all, you completely break even for a month and a half where things don't work out, like you stop trading completely, well, you're still gonna have issues with your money. And you're going to have to always rely on whatever you earn from trading. You should spend a lot less of it in real life. So if you make $1,000 a month from trading, for example, you might only be able to spend, let's say, 300 or 400 of that money because you gotta plan for times where you could be losing money or just staying break even for a few months. Now, I didn't completely stop trading only one thing back then. I kind of tried to keep it going. So I went to try to work on my strategy more, find ways to make it more consistent. And all these things will help over time. All these things will make you a much better trader long term. But you cannot force something to work in all market contexts anyway. You cannot just say, okay, I'm gonna trade this setup, so it should work in all these contexts. The other thing is, what happens when you are sick or like you have a cold, like a really bad cold or a flu or even COVID, and then you cannot trade for a couple of days? Are you going to accept not having any income that week or missing all the best trades from the month that week? Or is there a better way to do things? Could you combine more different styles that are either automated or very hands-off or stuff that's more long-term that you don't have to manage too often to make your returns better in these times where you're either busy or sick or whatever else? And that's really what I kind of follow these days. I have multiple ways to make money in trading. I have, of course, my swing trading, which is 2 different strategies now, but I combine much more things to that. You probably heard me talk about this before, but I basically have an algo that I run. So I have 2 algo strategies that I run 24/5 on a VPS. So they run no matter where I'm in the world. They just keep running. I don't have to do anything at all. And these strategies don't make huge returns, but they make a decent return. If I can get maybe 20 to 40% a year with them, I think that's pretty good to me because that's an income stream that I don't have to do anything for. I don't have to show up in the market. I don't have to do any review of the chart. I don't have to plan anything. I just let it run and maybe tweak the settings once or twice a year. And things are just kind of keeping fun. But basically that's it. So I have my swing trading account where I trade 2 strategies in Forex and stocks. This is daily charts and weekly charts. I also have a more long-term account that I follow. So this is more like investing, and I usually keep trades there for up to a year, and I really let it run long-term. Then I have these 2 algos I run, and I have a crypto portfolio that I also trade very hands-off. It's automated. I have a script in TradingView that Alendro, who's in the Desire Trade team, coded. And this script works really well to pick the trends in cryptos. I don't trade cryptos myself too much. I don't want to get involved into it. It's not really my style or something I like to look at, but having that script to pinpoint trades and send alerts is a good way to do it and to be notified of trades that are coming up in the market. So you see, the idea here is you have multiple ways to make money. When one thing works, when everything works well at the same time, it's pretty perfect, but sometimes, very often actually, one thing is going to work better than the other ones, then it's going to kind of last for a while, and eventually things will shift. Then the other strategy, or that's the algos, will work better. Then it's going to change again. And if you combine these things, you have a much better chance of having consistency. One account could be down, the other one could be up, and that kind of all equals out. And you have a lot less of these periods where things don't work, you get frustrated, and you don't know what to focus on or what to do. To me, that's worth it. I think at the very, very minimum, every trader should have a way to make money that works in different contexts. So let's say you look at a reversal strategy. I've been trading reversals for multiple years now, and reversals are good when the market is sideways or reversing well. But when it's trending, then you're kind of out of the game. You don't make any money, or you take trades a lot that just end up losing. So at least combine this reversal thing with a trending strategy. At least you've got both. That's the minimum. Now you can go in multiple time frames. So you combine like a more long-term account, daily chart, weekly chart, to maybe a more intraday trading or swing trading kind of perspective. And then maybe you look at even in the future like algos to automate things even more. So that when you're not at the chart or when you're busy or traveling. I had a really good week 2 years ago when I was traveling in Cuba. In Cuba, the Wi-Fi sucks. There's pretty much no Wi-Fi there. It's insane to connect. I couldn't do any trading for the whole week. I was at an all-inclusive resort, which was really, really cool. Really enjoyed the week, but I couldn't trade. And then I come back at the end of the week, look at my stats for the algo, and they were up like 8 or 10% in just a single week. It won't always be the case, but that was a pretty sweet win because, first of all, I didn't do any work for it. I was completely away, and I had no internet at all for the whole week. And that's something you cannot do if you just look at manual trading or being in a market live to place trades, and you have to show up every single day. So no, you will not get there in a single day. You cannot put all these edges together and these strategies together in a single day or single week. You gotta work your way up to having multiple streams of income in trading. It's just how it works. I'm curious to hear though if you have any different strategies. Comment below, let me know what you trade. Do you have many income streams, or do you have only one strategy, or do you look at multiple things? Curious to hear what you trade, what you focus on. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to see how I trade on my strategies in details, check out the link below, the first link, and also on the screen over here. This video will guide you through the strategy I focus on and really teach you how to trade step by step from A to Z, going through all the rules, and there's nothing really left there for you to figure out on your own, so you can save some time. And I'll catch you back here in the next video pretty soon. Ciao.